GDSL fun tournament. We have Los Banditos. We have Los Banditos versus Chill Mode. We have Shadow Sonic, Chameleon, Uweb versus Ashgan Monkey and Joking Phantom and Dark White. They have 4-people team. We have different kind of a set of rules this time. We don't have like standard races as a turn that you usually see in a tournament. We only have Protoss and Zerg, and we have one choice and we have 2 randoms. So currently we have Shadow Sonic as Protoss, Chameleon as Zerg, and Yub as Protoss versus triple Protoss, Ash, Monkey, and Joking. Let's see how it goes. And we should be loading in. One thing to note is that Ash, Monkey, and Joking is more like on a veteran side, but this is the first tournament for Chameleon and Philip. Chameleon and Yub. So we see T2 on Chameleon on a Zerg. We see Stalker Opener from Shadow Sonic and Stalker Opener from Ashgan. Joking is gonna go Zealots. Okay, let's see how it goes. So we see the 4 Stalkers in a slanted position from Shadow Sonic. And let's see the composition. And the slanted position wins by 1 shot versus straight position. And the most important part, they have middle income, just because Ash built in the back. Okay, we have 1 Stalker stack. We didn't have any units built from the Chameleon, which is gonna allow pre-blink from Shadow Sonic. Okay, let's see what is the UF's choice. He's building Immortals versus Zealots. So currently, if you build Immortals versus Zealots, the Zealots may get some advantage here. Let's see if he sells them. Bunker is getting some damage already done, but it's not too critical. Let's see who has the better blink macro, Shadow Sonic or Ashgan. Ooh, Ash did a pretty good blink. We see +1 armor from Ash and +1 armor from +1 attack from Shadow Sonic. Okay, we have high risks versus Stalkers. And Stalkers win the fight versus high risks even without sentries. We see a sneaky DD there. Let's see if the opponent's team notice. And you have sold one of the Immortals and decided to go for more Adepts. Which is like 1 Immortal is okay, 2 Immortals versus Zealots are too much already. Because this Immortal can do damage to the next wave. Ash got a really nice pre-blink off. Let's see if they can manage to benefit from it. And we see double Stalker stack from the Chill Mode side. With few Zealots that are gonna charge in and protect the Stalkers. Would be nice to see 1 or 2 sentries here, because the sentries are pretty good versus Hydra risks with +2. And a nice victory here currently on the Chill Mode. And there's a Disruptor Shot. And Disruptor Shot on the Zell on the other side. Let's see who gets there first. Joking Phantom Disruptor Shot got a bit boof. But it doesn't matter because they have quite a big stack. The 1DT hasn't been scanned yet. And the cannon goes down at 3 minutes 50. We see Shadow Sonic blinking aggressively, trying to kill all the Ashgan Stalkers. With the help of a small DPS from the Dark Templar, it is actually working out, and he can protect the Hydralisks with an auto blink. And that one lurker can do some extra damage on the stalkers on the side there. Yeah, the lack of scans are really hurting currently the chill mode. The lurker is still going strong. Yueb is saving his disruptor shots. So disruptor shot for the next wave. And try to swing over and maybe try to snipe the cannon with the next incoming wave. Let's see, disruptor shot. Disruptor shot is okay. On the second one, oh, the second one was very good. It recharged from the previous because the previous shot was already shot. Let's see if Shadow Sonic can do enough damage to Monkey Girly's wave for Temilian to carry it over. Temilian could add a couple of Zerglings that would actually help to protect his Hydralisks. We see 2 lurkers now, 2 on each side. The benefit from building on each side is that you have, if you're not hitting your scan correctly, you have to force 2 scans out. You force out 2 scans. Okay, currently this scan catches both of them, nice. But the DT survived, so they're gonna be forced to use another scan. And yeah, Yueb is saving another Deceptor. Okay, Ash has 2 Deceptors, but they're both in the middle. Okay. Managed to get a kill on that and saves the second one. And Shadow Sonic still no Disruptors, no Zealots, nothing. 6 minutes in the game with +2. Ooh, that aggressive blink cost him 4 Stalkers. This actually could be a turnaround because chill mode is gonna stack 2 Stalker stacks together. There's another Disruptor from Monkey Girly. There's a nice timed out Disruptor shot timing, so the Swarm Host doesn't really matter. And I think they will manage to push over. Will they manage to kill the lurkers though in time? Okay, they managed before the scan ran out. There's couple stalkers together with mortals. And Archons are very good versus Adepts. So Adepts get shredded in the Archon flames. The DT got spotted. And Immortals are doing work on those stalkers because Shadow Sonic still doesn't have any Zelts to help out the stalkers. Ooh, this is gonna be rough. Since there's no links on Mutas, the stalkers don't get caught up as quickly as it would be possible. We see 4 lurkers, and we don't see any mortals from Monkey. It's just kind of low. We're just kind of okay in these low numbers, but in the higher numbers, you need enough Archons and Immortals to DPS down lurkers in enough time frame. Yueb loses Disruptor to the leak, and has 4 Archons. Currently, the teams each have 1 gas. Bunker is down only for the Los Banditos team, so Chillmod managed to save their bunker with half of HP, 1/3 of HP. There's a blink back from Shadow Sonic. Just coupled Zealots would be helpful versus those Immortals though. So I hope he adds at least couple in the back. Ooh, aggressive blink from Ash. Nice lurker attracted nice disruptor balls. And we see sentries and we see +2 on Monkey Stalker Zealot. And we see 2 observers, so the lurker is gonna get catched. We see a first air unit, we see first void ray. Let's see what is gonna be the comeback strategy. The comeback strategy that we have seen is that you can do carrier viper combo, which has been working quite well because you have to have your own vipers to counter. If you don't have them as super Protoss, you have to have sufficient enough Void Rays, but the problem with Void Rays is that there's Archons and Hydralisks and a lot of light units that don't care about Void Ray air damage. Or you can counter it with the carriers. Nice Disruptor shots from Ash. Nice to see that he's not booing his shots now. Temilian is pushing, going for those lurkers. Would be nice maybe he spreads them so they don't get shot by Disruptors. All of them by Disruptors. UB loses all his adepts to the Disruptor shot. And that one DD is still going strong. Like, how many kills that DD has? Where is it? 17 kills. Okay, very nice. And Joking is going heavy on Immortals, but the problem with Immortals is that if there's an air switch and you don't have sufficient enough of anti-air, those Immortals could become liability. Currently they're asset, but they could switch to liability. Ooh, great Disruptor shot to Ash. With a +2, lot of Immortals. Hydras are doing the carrying here. And again, few links will go a long way here. There's a nice stack. We have 2 lurkers and 2 strongholds stacked together. Philip still saved 1 or 2 disruptor shots, so let's see if he can manage to get there worth it. Hits an immortal, which is already good. The best would be to hit an Archon there, because Disruptor does extra damage versus Archon. And Joking starting to add some Void Rays. Ash is going Void Rays, so basically pushing team is recognizing the danger of air switch, so they are preparing already, even if they don't need it for the units they are countering currently. And both teams are staying on 1 gas, so kind of conservative, kind of respecting each other, not going too heavy on gas, because they can backfire a bit. Let's quickly check if they scanned the gas. Top team did not, and they did scan, but that's probably was early scan. So another way how they can come back is with like mass amount of disruptors and actually hitting all of them, which is very hard, but it's doable. You can instantly kill the ground stacks from and stack yourself. That's one way how you come back here in this game. So there's some Void Rays leaking into Shadow Sonic's wave, and unfortunately he doesn't have any Archons or Sentries to absorb the Void Ray damage. So the Stalkers are eating Void Ray damage, and Stalkers are armored, so it's easy time for Void Ray. Let's see if we are gonna see any of the air units. Let's check the resources. So nobody's banking. So one way how people can come back is they bank like 1,000, 1,500 minerals and then surprise the enemy with their unit. Let's see if that's something that top team is gonna implement. Joking is going kinda heavy on the Void Rays, recognizing that Shadow Sonic is not countering the Void Rays, so he can build extra and get extra value out of it. More than he would get it in normal scenarios with Sentries and Archons. So one thing I don't see Storm, I don't see any of High Templars, because Zerg's, especially like Hydralisks, are very vulnerable to Storm. I'm kinda surprised that I don't see any. You could do a lot of AoE with Disruptors only, but Storm does help versus Mutalisks and hits the air, and it's more kind of reliable. More Stalkers, more Motos from Shadow Sonic. He's committing to the ground. Let's see if Disruptors connect. One Disruptor gets sniped by Void Race, it's the problem of not countering it. You still don't see any Vipers. We see the first Broodlord. Broodlord is in the back, but the whole army is in front. Probably you would like to have the full army back as well. And some Phoenix, okay. Yub is doing some Phoenix, very nice. So you can start saving those Broodlords. And triple Protoss, unless there's sufficient enough of Archons and Storm, is vulnerable to the Broodlord, because Broodlord can stall the Immortal for days and stall the Stalkers and Zealots, and if you don't have enough AoE, like the Storm and Archon or Carrier, Broodlord can actually do a lot of carrying here for the team. Shadow Sonic still in the back, but if the strategy is to stack the Broodlords, you probably Shadow Sonic should move front and add some Phoenix, some Void Rays, and start helping with the air. They're back at the middle, so you saved some of the Immortals here. There's some of one Lurker, two Sarkovs, and actually they're pushing here. I don't think it's just the Broodlord. There is some other ground things happening. Maybe overcommitment to the Void Rays already, expecting Carrier, but there was no Carrier. And now there's 3 Broodlords and 3 Bloodlords, and making the Chill Mods team sad. So probably there's some ad hoc strategy coming up, like, what do we do? But there's been a lot of income advantage to the Chill Mod, so maybe they can get out the correct units and push it over again. Because Protoss is very deadly when it stacks together. If they manage to stack together at the Nexus, because Cannon is already dead, there's no saving the Cannon. They manage to stack at the Nexus, they can push over the Broodlord kind of army. Currently, all 3 of them are positioned front. I wanna see how they're gonna change their positions to try to stack together. Monkey Girl is adding more Archons and 2/2/2 upgrades. There's a carrier from Joking, okay? Weight +3. So Joking is committing to go to air. And to counter that, top team needs sufficient enough of Corruptor, there's sufficient enough of Void Ray, Carrier, and Viper. Because if they manage to get enough carriers out, they can push over. One thing they can do, they could go the greedy style and try to nuke down the Nexus with the Disruptor shots. Because Nexus is already like down to the base hit points. So if they have enough Disruptor shots and Immortals, they maybe punch through the ground and the carrier is not gonna matter. Okay, Shadow Sonic gets his own carrier. Blinks aggressively forward. And Tamilian has Viper, so he can save the carrier and probably do some parasitic. Yeah, there's a parasitic on the Void Ray. Parasitic does insane amount of damage. Parasitic does 120 damage at AoE, and if there's like 6 Void Rays stacked together, they could do like 720 points of damage, which is quite large number. Just from the unit that costs 200 minerals. Ooh, very nice Disruptor shots from UF, very good. Showing that his in-house practice is paying off. There comes Shadow Sonic's wave. And let's see the Disruptor shots. The Disruptor shots are good, and Monkey loses all the Disruptor shots that she managed to put all of them together for easy sniping. The good idea in this situation is to spread out your Disruptors so they don't die to the single Disruptor shot. Okay, there's the stack. There's a couple of voiders, couple stalkers. There's enough +3 carrier that could actually punch through Yube's wave. If Yube doesn't have enough anti-air, and it seems like, okay, let's see. Ash could add some Phoenix to save those carriers because the Voiders are burning them down. He could save that carrier if he had some Phoenix there. Okay, let's see now. There's two Joking Phantoms carrier with +3. Shadow Sonic has Stalker army, one Voider, and two carriers. But I think the problem here is they clear out this wave, but the problem is gonna be the next wave or wave after that because the carrier is gonna stack. If they're not clearing them out every wave. They have to clear the carriers out every wave. Can't afford them to stack. Ooh, the lurkers doing so much damage. The disruptor shots did not hit the lurkers, and lurkers are staying alive. And cleared all of the ground army. Let's see if it matters. Monkey Girl managed to clear them out on the right side and managed to clear them out on the left side with the help of the Joking. And seems like the carriers are OP, and so we'll clear this out with the help of the Voiders. Yes, and you has more ground, but ground doesn't matter if you have air superiority. And Ash has +2 on all the units. And the income advantage is helping here as well. And Shadow Sonic gets cleared. The power of Protoss. Of Skytos. That's quite a lot of strongholds from Temilian, and he's putting them together, so basically it doesn't matter if there's one or two strongholds, they're both gonna get killed by the same disruptor shot. So you can save 500 minerals and just get one. Just a note for the future. It's coming close to 22 minutes, so we may see T4 unless chill mode decides to blink aggressively and shoot disruptors aggressively. And finish the game before 25 minutes. But the thing about if you don't have Terran, then yeah, the games tend to be a bit more slower paced since there's slower, not so many Thors and Medivacs. No, sorry, not Medivacs, Marines. I had a Freudian slip. But without the Terran, the game's a bit more bouncy. They go back and forth, and you don't know who is gonna win until the last moment, until the Nexus is done. Okay. This we have two carriers saved. Monkey Girl can blink in and just snipe. Yeah, she blinks in and just snipe the carriers down before the reinforcements can save them. Two Broodlords survive, but they're not gonna really matter. Like when you have such a high number of army and had such high DPS with +3, the Broodlings doesn't really matter anymore. Carriers and what is gonna punch through. And the thing about Terran stacks is that Terran stacks in air, while the Broodlords stack on the ground, and Lurkers and Broodlords and all those units, they stack on the ground. So basically carrier is besides the Terran, carrier is the only unit that stacks in air. Like stacks against air units. Let me correct myself there. Alright, we have a saving here. This is actually pretty dangerous. Let's see the upgrades. We have 3 armor and 3 on ground. We have +3 carrier from Shadow Sonic. There's a Parasitic, and Parasitic is doing insane amount of damage on the Voiders there. Is this gonna be enough? We have a couple of Phoenix from Europe. He's gonna save the carrier. One carrier is gonna go down, but he's gonna save 2 carriers, and he has his disruptors. Okay, disruptor shots are okay-ish. And we have a triple stack. We have a couple of Broodlords, we have a couple of carriers, and Philip's army. But Philip really needs to deal with air. If he's not dealing with air, then his carrier's gonna stack again in after a couple of minutes. Everybody's still on 1 gas, which I'm surprising. Like usually in in-house we see like 2 or 3 gases on the individual players here. In this kind of a style of a game. And Jurzal is in trouble again. And it's 25 minutes, so the T4 is gonna kick in now. T4 is gonna kick in, and it's gonna be harder to stack now because the enemy is gonna be pushing 10% higher DPS now with each 5 minutes. Shadow Sonic is ready, Yub is ready, Joking Phantom is ready, okay, Temilian is ready. They're getting their T4 upgrades. Okay. Yub only still has 5 Void Rays to deal with carriers. He's pushing Archons, but I don't. The thing about Archons, they're good in ladder because they can kill the interceptors, but in direct strike you can't kill interceptors. You need actual anti-carrier unit that hits the carrier base unit. And Monkey Girl is going T3, so she can't afford T4 at the moment because she doesn't have access to it. But she has more units though. But no speed upgrades. Mortals are punching through the ground, carriers are punching through all the anti-air units. The Broodlord is chilling and expiring together with the Stronghost. Vipers pull back the carrier, which is always nice to see when it's done properly on your side of the team. Not so much when an opponent. And there's some aggressive yonks, you can pull out the carriers too. We have some aggressive... Okay, Nexus is getting shot already. Shadow Sonic is still in the back, like which is kind of okay if you produce the carriers and then Vipers can pull you back. Okay, I can accept that. Starting to lose some frames here. 28 minutes of action. A lot of units on the field. We see some carriers, we see Corruptors coming up. I would actually prefer to see already a couple of upgrades on Corruptors. More Corruptors, a couple more upgrades. Maybe sell 1 or 2 Broodlords because it's not really necessary anymore. The stack doesn't happen on Broodlord anymore, it happens on the carrier. So definitely some things could be optimized, but let's see if Uweb can actually push here, because like I mentioned before, he doesn't have enough anti-air. He has a lot of ground, but he may not have enough to kill the carrier. And if he doesn't kill the carrier, you have to kill carriers everywhere. If he doesn't kill it, they're gonna leak in the next wave, and Shadow Sonic is gonna be in big trouble if he has to deal more than the carriers he's supposed to deal with. Yep, and there's 6 carriers versus 6 carriers plus Void Rays, and Void Rays don't care about Immortals, so Immortals gonna get ignored, and carriers gonna get killed by carrier. Air superiority is the thing here in PvZ matchups. You need air superiority. Sufficient amount of anti-air and sufficient amount of your own air units. If you don't have it, this is what happens. Chillmod with experience from in-houses and experience from previous tournaments carries her over. And even after 25 minutes after T4 upgrades, they have enough units to push over. And Philip, not Philip, but you has to deal again with extra leaked air units, and yeah, it's gonna be a rough time. A bit too many Archons, not enough. Only two carriers versus Joking Phantoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 carriers here. And Void Ray Army. It's gonna be very hard to stack now because of the T4 and because there's high enough carrier numbers on the pushing side that it's in 20 seconds your army is gonna get cleared. Okay, there's the first High Templars. And like I mentioned, High Templars are very good against Zerg, especially if you are leaking in the Zerg on their side of this, on their side of the middle. Next round of D4 upgrades coming in. And this game seems like it's closing into the end because there's no way you can stop the Entaro Tassadar Skytos army. Kachar is asking where are the motherships in Twitch chat. I don't see any. Mothership is 900 mineral unit. It's kinda an expensive side. It's a bit of an investment, but if you manage to get it out, the unscanned army is very strong. You can turn the tide with Mothership. And of course the time warp. So the Disruptor is gonna get killed by carriers. But that's the one thing about carrier targeting. It just targets whatever is the closest, which is kind of questionable because Disruptors don't shoot carrier, but carrier is like considering it as a threat. Ooh, very nice Yonks from Timillion. Probably some rapid fire was utilized there. We see the second gases from chill mode. Let's quickly check the timings. 30 minutes second gas. The middle income, like the game may end already at 40 minutes or maybe sooner. Let's see. The Nexus is planetary is getting hit, so probably not gonna survive until 40 minutes. But the middle income was swinging back and forth, so I have no idea who has more of income advantage here. I would give it probably to the chill mode. Yeah, the carrier count is so high. And Joking is shooting the Solus aggressively, trying to catch up with enemy units and planetary fortress. Ash is going carriers, and Joking is going carriers, Monkey is going carriers. So they're trying to carry this game to the victory, to the closing line. So we see only one carrier from Monkey, so probably would nice to see a bit more carriers here. So I have to eat my words that everybody's going carriers except Monkey. But she spread disruptors, which is nice. There is the second carrier, very nice. Okay, back to the fight. We see pretty much fight is stalling between middle line and bunker line. And basically the middle income is gonna carry over the every wave you get extra unit, every wave you get an extra upgrade, and the game is closing into the 40-minute mark. This is actually a very nice stack what we have here. We have Shadow Sonics and UF's carriers. Did I spoke too soon? I didn't even notice that the UF's carriers did not get killed. Because maybe of his positioning. Oh, this is big trouble for the chill mode. No, this is getting excited again. Because it's 35 minutes, right? So either you kill them now or you lose an income. Because chill mode has been on 2 gases for a while. They had middle income. I suspect they had middle income for a longer than Los Banditos. So even if they push the middle, it doesn't guarantee the victory now. It spices things up a bit because I'm not sure if they can. The thing about carrier is like to kill carrier versus carrier, the fight takes so long There's no way you can get in 20 seconds to the Nexus. Or can you? Or can you? I think they have to gamble and they have to go mass disruptor and try to nuke it down, because if they're just gonna go carrier here, they're gonna lose in 5 minutes. Because I don't think Los Bandidos can win the income 14-minute timer. They have to recognize this. They have to recognize this, and they need to nuke the planetary. I would not mind to see like 4 to 5 Ravagers here from Timilian, so you can just hit the most important parts like Void Rays and clump up Void Rays and High Templars. To speed up the fight. So there's no second gas on the top team, no third gas on the bottom team. So bottom team is just trying to survive and they're not gassing, they're just trying to add units and survive as long as possible. Because I think they recognize that they can win the income war. Let's check if they scan. Yeah, they scanned opponent's gases. And top team scanned second gas and Monkey Girly. Yeah, there's aggressive blink forward. This Shatter Shot got stopped. There's a one carrier stack, but that's not gonna be sufficient. I think it's time to sell the Broodlords and get rid of the Sorrows. Just go for max DPS. You need to get close to the Nexus or you die in 3 minutes. There's 2 carrier stack with the parasitic on top of it. Parasitic on 2 Void Rays, 3 Void Rays, so that's gonna do a lot of damage and you's gonna have easier time to clear this out. I feel that my frames are dropping like mad with this kind of a fight. Okay, aggressive blink forward. Yeah, there's enough carrier Void Ray to clear this out. Next is still standing strong, 2 minutes to kill it. There's a third gas from, they're going for income war. I don't think they really need the third gas. They actually would better if they stay on 2 gas and just get as much units out as possible, just to reduce the chances of them reaching the planetary and nuking the disruptors. There's a small stack of carriers. They all get cleared out. Okay. Let's see the timer, 44. Okay, next wave spawns, so now touching the Nexus. Nexus is gonna help to clear out the last leaks that are walking forward. Okay, Immortals are walking forward, disruptor shots are getting stopped by carriers, because carriers, like I said, target disruptor shots. Disruptors that are walking under them. The next small stack here. The Milan has a lot of Mutalisks. Mutalisks are not the greatest choice versus carrier kind of an army, but in this case, I guess it's gonna work fine. Okay, there's a stack of carriers, and 20 seconds on a timer. In 20 seconds, neither of the planetary is gonna get killed, so this is income the income victory. Let's see who gets the income victory. My bet is under chill mode. They have 3 gas, they have middle income for longer. Let's check the middle income statistics at the end. But yeah, congrats. I assume chill mode. Let's see, in 10 seconds. It usually happens at 10:15ish. Yeah, and as against Jurzal team win by 2,000 minerals. 63,000 versus 61. Yeah, income is the real thing here. You have to watch out. You have to watch out the income. And the carrier gets plus 80 attack and just gonna clear this all out. GG, congratulations, Chuma. That's another element that you need to watch out in this kind of a game. You have to calculate the risks and see who got what. Very good. Congratulations to Chuma for the game one. Small technical break until we get the teams on board when they choose the races. Hold tight.
So the ether.
Yeah. Hey, welcome Noah. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yes.
Nice to be here. So Jurzal, can you tell me a little bit about how that game went?
Uh, so we had triple Protoss on Chumon, and we had double Protoss and Zerg on Los Banditos. I think the middle got crossed at least like 8 or 10 times. So it was back and forth, back and forth, back
Holy.
and forth, back and forth, and it's stack after stack, stack after stack. But Chilmod had middle income for a bit of a longer, and they had gases earlier. They got the second gas earlier, while the Los Banditos didn't had any second gas.
Okay, so it came down to gases
It
and
came
have.
down. It came down to the who holded the middle longer, and Chilmod had air stacks, so they went air sooner. And Los Banditos were stronger on the ground, but they lost the air stacks. So that was costing them a lot of middle income.
Okay, and that one Zerg, what was he doing? Like how did he contribute? Like
Zerg is important
um
to, especially Zerg critical part is Vipers. That's the most critical part. Like Hydras do DPS, but Protoss can do DPS. The only thing that Protoss can do Vipers.
they can't abduct units. Yes.
Exactly. So Lurkers and Hydras has some benefit. The Viper has a lot of benefit, and I would say Ravagers have a point here as well that's not utilized at least in the first game.
Okay, very interesting.
Because
So
with the
Ravagers.
Ravagers are good to clear out the stacks, right? So you have Void Ray stacks, you have Stalker stacks. You don't need like it's not like Terran versus Zerg kind of style Ravager count, right? You don't need like 2 lines, but you can have like 4 or 5 Ravagers, and you can shoot down
Mhm.
a lot of most important units.
Yeah, because Ravagers feel a little bit awkward against Toss, right? They have those disruptors. It always makes it feel a little bit uncomfortable because like one bile, you
Hmm.
can't get that much value out of bile. It's not like you're killing 10 Marines against Protoss. Like you're not really killing Stalkers,
Exactly
which
right.
is what.
But you can
Yeah.
you can snipe down sentries and void rays and all that crap, which is good versus like Hydra, Muta, Corruptor, or Viper, Lurker.
Yes, that's a good point. Like it's really good against sentries and against void rays. That's a great point. But you always feel a little bit awkward adding Ravagers against Toss. I think it's like fairly new.
Hmm. Okay, it seems like we have our race choices set up. We have Protoss Zerg Zerg versus Protoss Zerg Protoss. Okay, that's gonna be more Zergs this time. We have 3 Zergs and 3 Protosses.
Okay, and what's the matchup like?
So we have Protoss Zerg Zerg
PCC?
and Protoss Zerg Protoss.
Ooh, okay, okay. Who do you favor here? Just based on the
Um,
matchups.
I would favor double Protoss here. Double Protoss is strong because it has a lot of stacking ability, while Zerg stacking ability is limited, right? At the early game.
Yeah, because early game you can go. One of the Protoss can go Stalkers and then blink back to like the other Protoss has can go tier 2, right? Like that's what I've been seeing mostly in the in-house games. For the Protoss that's behind the other one, that's after the other one, he usually goes tier 2. Gets like some disruptors early on.
Hmm.
But those first lines of stalkers, they can really stack really easily. Blink is such a beautiful upgrade. Blink is such a beautiful ability.
Yeah, exactly, right? And that's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna turn you down a bit. I guess I, I have too high volume on you. Okay, we have both teams in our lobby.
Wait, is this correct?
No, I adjusted on the stream. Don't worry.
PCP, PCP. The races are they correct?
No, too many process.
Sorry, my mate is not so smart. uh, why have enemies when you can have friends?
Yeah, exactly. How do you like my emojis?
Oh, you got the worm? Is that a worm?
It's a larva.
Larva. Dude, I don't know. I don't think you've seen this because this was kind of like a Puerto Rican inside joke. But this lady, right? She called. She went to a restaurant and she ordered some meat, right? And
Okay.
then she was arguing that the meat came with worms.
Okay, that's meat. Just more. It's just more meat.
Wormy. So anyway, the point is that she was then asking the store to give her free food each week
Okay.
to make up for that. And dude, I can't tell you how many jokes I saw, like making fun of her, just completely. Like they put like those gummy worms, the sweet ones, the
Okay.
ones that comes in different colors.
Okay.
So they were making memes, just putting anything with those worms.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
see.
oh my phone service got worms in it, so I should get free phones, free service.
Yes. My fish bait got some worms in it. Please give me more free.
Yeah, this is a whole thing in Puerto Rico for like the last week or so.
All right.
It just reminded me of that because you put squiggly worms there. So anyway, yeah, there was some inside Puerto Rican joke. It was hilarious.
I see.
All over social media.
I assume you are from Puerto Rico then. I'm just kidding with you, messing with you. All right. So let's focus on the game. So we have tier one Stalker versus Stalker action. Shadow Sonic is already building in the back. He's like, I don't care about the first wave. So
Mm.
he's stacking right away. Ash
I
is
would
building
think,
front.
yeah, I would think Ash would go tier two. That's what I've been seeing mostly from tosses when there's two toss. Like since Ash is the toss after the other toss. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
But he's going stalkers as well. I'm interested in seeing how that plays out.
You can do
Again,
both. You can do both.
Shadow Sonic for some reason lost. Oh, yep. Shadow Sonic for some reason lost.
Maybe the
Ash is
stalkers
stalkered.
stalkers have lower morale, right? So they have like extra 5 damage.
Yeah, Ash is stalker since they won last game. They're more excited. They're pumped up, ready to go.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, nothing from Monkey. I'm very curious to see what Monkey's gonna do. Probably some hydroling. But Uip went with one Roach. So he's definitely gonna go Ravagers. Okay, now Shadow Sonic gets the stack. So it's up to the bottom team to really take this advantage. They now get the ability to stack. Here comes the Hydras out of the million.
Why Monkey is
Ooh,
in the
but
back like that? That doesn't make sense for me. Like Monkey could be front. Okay, I guess if the stuck happens only in the stalkers, you kind of can get away from it, but
ooh, the Stalkers died anyway. They didn't get the stack.
hmm
Okay, and those two Roaches and Mutas really good against Hydras in the beginning of the game.
hmm okay, there's a Ravager.
So the bottom team had the stack going, but they weren't able to keep it. Like no Stalkers survived.
Well, the thing is, like, for the first 2 minutes, the stack is gonna go back and forth, right?
But it's not even going back and forth. It seems like the top team is the one that's doing damage so far. Now let's see if the bottom team, Shadow, can this time get some Stalkers surviving.
Okay, Ash blinking aggressively, trying to eliminate all of the stalker traces, like committing a bit of a small genocide there. And the blinking back, okay, that's very nice. Can point down all the. I see a queen. I don't
Yes.
agree with a queen if you already are T2. Like if you wanna do queens, just stay T1, right? But if he's already T2, it's better just let the stalker stack and not to stack yourself. Yeah, this may be a trouble for Las Banditos with the unit composition with the strategy they have chosen.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're stacking very well because even though Shadow Sonic gets a pre-blink, like Ash is still clearing, and even if well they cleared both times, and they're doing a lot of damage to the next wave as well.
Okay, let's see if they can manage to save the cannon. Uh,
So
Out
close.
of link. Out of link, save the cannon. Joking is out of link, save the cannon. Okay, we see more queens in front, so Hyda's gonna die. You can put the queens in front of the Hydas at least.
Okay, so now Ash blinked forward and just died very quickly, and now there is a stack here from the bottom team. There's a lot of stalkers surviving. There's no way Monkey's gonna be able to clear this.
Nope, no
The
way.
queens, the queens are not fantastic, but against Mutas, they do something.
If there's like 20 stalkers, the queens are good, right? Depends on the context. Without
It's very
stalkers, of
true.
course, the queens die, right? So just pure Hyder versus Hyder queen's gonna DPS them down.
Yeah, there's like 9 stalkers still alive, so it's a very good point.
Yep, 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 yep. We see a lurker. Okay, the cannon's probably detecting it anyway. It's, it's kind of getting soft.
Yeah, that
Those
bunker's.
those extra blinks cost 25 more HP on the bunker. And now just Ash needs to blink back. Right? Right? Okay. And save up with the monkey, but monkey is in the back, so monkey can catch Ashken's stalkers. Like there's no way she can catch you if she's in the back.
Yeah, Tamilian catched up to Shadow Sonic first.
Yeah,
And
but
there is
see,
more stalkers from Shadow, but
doesn't
like you
matter.
said, the queens.
Yeah, the queens are like, how do we lose this game this time?
Yeah, the queen's really not doing a fantastic job. The monkey's hydras just cleared the queens instantly. Like they were even more stalkers from the bottom team, but it was not enough to make up for the queens.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Okay, now okay,
There's
immortals.
Cannon's dead. Is it dead? Okay, I called it too soon.
Yeah, 7 HP, standing strong.
Ooh,
Okay, and
just I don't know about that aggressive blink. Just auto blink would be fine there. You
dude,
expose
that
your immortal.
immortal,
He exposed the immortal, right?
yeah, that immortal is having a great time today. Like 11 kills, all stalkers, no sellers. He's just having a fantastic time, just shooting away. But here's the problem: monkey's hydras.
Okay, okay, okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah, but Joking's in a good spot to stack right now. He's at the back. He has disruptor shots.
Oh,
Misses one.
this is a boost shot. Yeah, the Hydra's clearing out all the stalkers without sentries, nothing.
Yeah, but the Protoss, you really have to perfectly hit your disruptors, because if you don't, things like this happen. You just get cleared very easily.
Okay,
Like
Shadow
you're
Sonic
healing
shoots.
tons of.
Ooh, that was a good shot.
Only 2 kills, but it doesn't matter when both kills are immortals.
And he took the third immortal down because all 3 of them were injured already.
Yeah, and the stalkers kind of like left them alone. They just blinked to the other side. Monkey has a lot of hydras.
This and 2-2 upgrades versus Temilian has 2-2 upgrades.
Yep. So all the hydras go down, and this is gonna be canon. Wow. So the queens doing their jobs apparently.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the queens are the ones doing the job. I'm still very, very skeptical. Like I think queens have the place in PZ matchups, right? But the context really matters, and in this case, I think if you want to do queens, you have to do solo queens, like T1, maybe some roaches. But if you're already T2 and adding queens after T2 is it's questionable, because there's so many good T2 units that you could get for the money, right?
Yeah, no, I'm joking with you. I definitely don't think it was the queens that made the difference.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely more the stacking, Shadow Sonic with those immortals doing tons of damage, like,
Because
and they
now the
snipe the other team's immortals.
now the chill mode is in the trouble, because right there's a lot of immortals. We have stalkers here, we have stalkers here. We don't see zealots, we don't see sentries.
Yeah, and now Tamilian has a bunch of Hydras of his own.
And lurkers are causing the scans all the time. I'm not sure why red is scanning now here. Whose scan is that?
Fantastic
Yours.
disruptor shots, killing tons of Hydras, but like that was the other wave. Now he has to actually face his wave, and the disruptors are used, so he doesn't. He can't really deal with the Zerg like this.
Only if they recharge, right?
Yes, that's a big if.
But yeah, it's the leak wave, of course, right? You have to deal with, consider the fact. So Shadow Sonic added Void Ray. The thing about Void Ray, you have to consider what's the next wave, and next wave is just Hydra Mutant, that Void Ray is, you know, at the wrong party. Kind of a saying. In the wrong neighborhood. We see, I think, how many queens did he had before? Is he adding more queens?
He had like 4 queens, now he has like 5 queens.
Yes. I hope he's not anymore, because I saw fifth one, I think, and I was like, Yeah, but
Those
Lurker's doing
yeah,
so
those
much.
lurkers are doing the Lord's work. They're really getting tons of damage in against those stalkers.
There's the first Archon. I would put Stalkers front and Archons and Immortals at the back, because Stalker's gonna absorb 1 or 2 shots and then blink back. Or miss the scan, miss the two Lurkers. That's what I said
Yeah, we have
at the
some.
beginning.
We have some monkey lurkers.
That's what I said at the beginning, that if you put Lurkers in the corners, if you are not hitting with the scan both, you have to scan twice, and it's extra 25 mineral premium on that.
And you're already behind, like you don't have middle, so you're trying to like stack, and then the lurkers survive. It's just a very nasty spot to be in. And well, depends on what side you're on. If you're on the bottom team, it's a fantastic place to be in.
Okay, there's a gas from Ash. Okay, they are going out. They're taking first gas, so they are okay. We butchered the early game, mid game, so we have to win at the late game. So they're probably timing it like in 5 minutes, some kind of a stack. So I assume probably with 2 Zergs they're gonna go like mass carrier style. Let's
Okay, and we see some Brood Lord out of Too Easy.
You mean?
You would.
Yes. The Broodlord, I don't know about it, because if you are pushing, right, your only job is to build DPS. But if you're building a Broodlord when you're pushing, you're doing a favor to the opponent's team in some sense, because it helps the stack. It doesn't do that much DPS, right? It's kind of slow DPS. And it puts units in the line, especially if you have like a lot of lurkers and stuff. They don't care about Broodlords. But there's not too many lurkers. We have 5. Okay, that's a lot of lurkers already, actually. Yeah, I disagree with the Broodlord. That's not attacking unit. That's I'm trying to stack unit.
Yeah, it helps your other units survive, which is not what you actually want when you're pushing, right? You just want to kill their stuff as much as you can. Like you want to do as much damage to the other wave as you possibly can, so that your team, so that they don't stack and your teammate can clear.
This I would rather, instead of Broodlords, I would rather get +3 attack upgrades and Vipers.
Okay, the Void Rays are in like they're actually surviving, which is pretty cool. Like they're even surviving against Hydras. And the Void Rays are nice because they're not getting hurt by the lurkers.
Oracle from Joke Vent. To save on the scans, but they have to scan anyway. Good, there's a Viper. And Blinding Cloud. There's no air units to Parasitic, so I guess it makes sense. We see a couple of Ravagers from UWeb, which I like. You can snipe down a couple of key units. And there's a carrier from Shadow. So basically they're going all late game. They know, okay, they're not gonna push back now, they're gonna push back on the late game. So let's let ourselves prepare for the late game. And I like carrier much more than Void Race because carrier does way better against Muta Hydra.
And Shadow Sonic's disruptor shots are doing something. Like they're hitting up the Protoss after the Protoss used all of their blinks and all the disruptor shots, and Shadow's capitalizing on it. It's great to see.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is gonna be a shorter game. UWeb is getting his second gas. But the chill mode is not getting any of the middle income. Which
So
means
the way that, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
we're gonna have at least 4 games since it's best of 5.
Right, because the way that the top team can come back is Monkey Girly having some Vipers, abducting some carriers, and having the carrier stack. But Joking doesn't have any air units. He only has one Oracle.
Actually, the game could be shorter than I expected. Okay, let's see if they can
Okay,
manage to kill here.
going forward, there's an Immortal hitting the Planetary Fortress, and the Immortals do really good job against the PF. And so do the Void Rays, and the
GG.
PF goes down.
This was a bit shorter than I expected. I was already like, I got the caster's curse then. Oh, this is gonna be a long game. I was like,
Maybe you get to sleep early today.
it's already past my bedtime.
Oh, okay. So now it's tied 1-1.
So I'm gonna be dying tomorrow. It's fine. Easy peasy.
You're used to this life.
Yeah, but I'm getting older, so it's catching up on me.
Alright, while we get set up, I'm gonna take a short break.
Alright, it's 1-1. We're waiting for the opponent team, for the teams to pick races and get their technicals up. How's everybody doing in the chat? All good? Good, good, good. One small technical pause. All right, waiting for the teams. We have parallel games seems to be going versus Red Ferrari, and okay, let me pull up the name. Who are they playing against? And D60M Warriors. Okay, we're waiting. So Maki is typing. We're gonna have our matchup combinations any moment now. So we have triple Protoss versus Protoss Zerg. Okay, we have very similar situation what we had in the first game. I think the positions are switched now. So chill mode is getting triple Protoss this time, right? Did I get it correctly?
So both teams have Protoss as their #1 position.
I guess it's expected. So chill mode's ready.
This fun tourney is already proven out to be quite fun. We get to see very different match, like the random kick in,
Mm-hmm.
and so no team can really actually like prepare 100% for what's gonna happen. Like there's a couple different scenarios that could play out,
Yeah, exactly
but
right.
definitely a lot of toss.
Then you pull out a Terran at the last second. Like, hey, how's happened? Let's just play.
Everyone had a gentleman's agreement to no Terran to Wimba.
Well, at the beginning I was kind of against no Terran, but I guess we have to play as it is. I would like to see like random versus random only kind of a tournament.
Oh no, then you get triple Zerg against a Terran Protoss Zerg kind of thing.
Yeah,
You
you
just
know
get run
that
over.
game is botched, but that's how three more. Okay,
And
there you
then
go.
it happens the other way around, and then we have 2 games botched.
Exactly. Unless you get super unlucky and get 5 Zergs in a row. Like, oh.
uh, yeah, the random really does do that to me sometimes. Like I pick random and I get Zerg 5 times in a row, and never get Protoss. Okay, and now we're gonna see triple Protoss again. So this looks like it's going to be a 40-minute game,
All right.
but let's see. Okay, the bottom team is now the top team, and the top team is now the bottom team. So now we have Monkey Girlie's team on the bottom side.
Okay, Shadow Sonic is again building in the back as a first wave. He's like, okay, screw the middle income. I'm gonna go for the second wave stack. Four stalkers versus four stalkers. Go, go, go. Ooh, that one stalker get butchered. Ash lost miserably his stalkers.
Yeah, the advantage now goes to Los Banditos.
The advantage
Actually,
goes to
wait,
middle income, right?
I thought Shadow Sonic was gonna be able to clear, but
Yeah,
I
but
think Joking blinked forward.
there's a kill on a joking stalker.
Yeah, Joking got there a little bit too fast.
Joking's too fast. That's what we got out of this. So currently we have 1-1, just in case some people are tuning in. And it's game 3 out of best of 5. So it's gonna be a long day.
Oh, actually, I thought Los Banditos was the one that had a Zerg, but they're the ones with triple toss, and it's chill mode that has the Zerg.
Ah, yeah, right. Okay. I forgot.
Okay, nice blink out of Shadow. Misses the
Yeah, but look who has
that-
one more stalker.
yeah, that one stalker really makes a huge difference. Such a big difference, in fact. Almost none of Ash's stalkers go down. Weird blink. I would have loved to see him blink back instead of blinking in front. And just in that case, let the Zealots tank the Immortals.
I guess still fine, right? It's a leak stalker, so it doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a
Yeah,
difference.
there's gonna be a lot of damage on the bunker. Let's see.
Yeah, but there's a pre-blink. So even if the bunker... So bunker can go low HP, right? As long as it doesn't die. I mean, in the game sense. But you have to
Right.
calculate the risk, because if you blinks back now, then the bunker is dead. Okay, side blink. Okay, I can accept that.
Okay,
So
double toss.
1-1 versus 1-0. Okay, there's the side blinks on both sides. Okay, nice communication between Jube and Shadow Sonic.
Okay, blink forward out of Joking. Trying to stack with Ash. And some stalkers of Ash do survive. Disruptor shots clears a lot of Zealots.
Two
And there are two Immortals.
zealots.
Two Zealots.
Yes.
But that's enough because the Immortals now are having a great time.
One immortal is down.
And there's still the Disruptor. And he's gonna get the recharge now. Is he gonna shoot?
Ooh, that's better.
Fantastic.
For higher
Yeah, that
side.
was a beautiful shot.
Okay, let's see. Jube is plus on armor, auto blinking here, which is acceptable.
And Shadow Sonic catches up to you again. Okay, nice blinks on the sides again. The Ash Stalkers are going down very quickly. Yoking Phantom, like blinking forward, trying to catch up, but it's still not enough. Like, the Stalker stack out of Los Banditos is doing enough damage. They're really not letting Ash stack with Joking. Ooh, and this is gonna be canon now. Two Immortals and this many Stalkers.
Ooh.
Now Disruptor shots only killing Lings. Had the potential for a lot of damage if they catched up to those Hydras, but only killed Lings. Better than missing. Still something. And look at these poor Hydras trying to deal with this many Stalkers. It's just not a fair fight.
So we
And
have
that's
3
it.
people going T2 now. So there's some investing going on, and none of them are getting casters.
Like, it's kind of awkward now because Ash, even if he tries to stack, he has Zealots now, so it's kind of awkward to blink back. And your bunker's dead.
The Shadow blinked back, and he blinked in fighting zealots. Ooh, the other shot got punched. Okay, there's the second one, and that got hit. That nice hit.
Yeah, the thing is like there's the two immortals are still alive, and there's only stalkers left out of Ash, so the immortals are really having a good time for Temillion.
Ash blinked on a disruptor, but the disruptor already had its shot, so it doesn't really matter if he dies. And Immortals cleared the leak. Okay, let's see the star Hydras, couple of links.
Those immortals are really punishing against stalkers.
Yeah, that's the job, right? And without the stack help, it's kinda hard to kill Sentry Stalker with Hydra. That's what I was talking about Ravagers, right? If you have like one or two, you can snipe down those sentries and the Hydras has a good time. Oh, this double stack though, this is gonna be ugly. And there's a void there already, okay?
There's too many stalkers still alive. Like UWeb is stacking his stalkers every single wave with Temillion, and Ash is not being able to clear the double Protoss menace.
Well, you have to play at the weakness of Protoss, right? And what's the weakness of Protoss?
What is the weakness of Protoss?
The weakness of Protoss is it's kind of hard to deal
Ooh.
with air, right? You can deal
That
with the ground.
disruptor shot killed. Sorry, that disruptor shot killed 5 stalkers. Very nasty.
But it's kind of hard to deal
You
with air stacks. Air stacks and lurker stacks are kind of harder. Because you have, on the ground you have Immortals, you have Archons, you have Zealots, you have Disruptors. But the air stack is a bit more trickier. And the Million gets recognized that, so he already has to void this out.
Yeah, Temillion really focusing on a more technical army. Doesn't really have a lot of stalkers. As we're used to seeing out of Protoss, it's been like Immortal, Zealot, Disruptor, Archon, like all the technical stuff.
So it's been 7 minutes and the Nexus is already 75% down HP. Which doesn't mean that much. It could happen just because, you know, early Immortals do a lot of damage and okay, there was this one push and now they stack and it's gonna push over. But the stacks are getting cleared every way. So I don't know. There's sneaky DTs from Shadow Sonic. Let's see if they notice it in all of these amounts of units.
Yeah, Shadow always does this every game. If he's ahead, he's behind. He always tries to sneak in a little Dark Templar
Yes,
around.
I do that same. Like we speak similar ideas.
And there is no detection. Like when you're far behind, you don't really want to be paying for observers, right? Like you
Yes.
don't want to be spending your money on overseers on things that don't do
There's another
DPS.
DT. There's DT from. They're both doing DTs, so they're styling on chill mode. The thing about the like adding DTs is that if you need Archons anyway, right? You can just do the DT, and it's like you turn it into an Archon next to you anyway. So it just messes up with enemy. So maybe force a scan, maybe force an observer, that kind of stuff.
What do you think about UWIP's High Templars?
He's versus Zerg versus Link Hydra. I think it's fine, but he needs to be front with his High Templars. He's back, so if he's back, he's gonna hit more Protoss.
Oh, that's an interesting point. So why is UWIP back? Do you
I don't
think
know.
this is a good idea?
I think he just forgot to move front. He should be front. Especially if you're going High Templars, right?
Ooh, Disruptor shot killing 3 Disruptors, not letting them recharge. Excellent bowling out of Temillion.
There's no overseer, so they're gonna force a scan now. Voiders are getting cleared, Disruptors recharge and hit another set of Lurker.
Dark Templar still alive.
Yeah, it's gonna expire probably. Ah, it got killed.
By a
By
Disruptor shot.
Disruptor shot, accidentally, yeah. There's 3 observers chilling, like communicating what they're gonna order for dinner. There's 2 Voiders from Shadow, there's +2 on the ground.
Yeah.
Ooh, that DeSoto shot is very good for joking. Okay, tier 3
Yeah.
from Monkey Girlie, so she's going Blue Darts now.
Yeah, this is the awkward part of being a Protoss. When you're losing, like a lot of your abilities are one-time use,
Mm-hmm.
and they take a long time to recharge, and then
It's
you're
like me.
dealing with leak. Wow. Okay. So they take a long time to recharge, and then you basically spend it all on a leak, and then when you're actually dealing with your wave, then you have nothing. All you have is like some stalkers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's Sunhouse, but that's not gonna do much. That's just only for attracting. So T3 from joking. Okay, so basically, it seems like they're gonna go for carrier Viper kind of a stack, but they need to switch positions. So joking needs to move back, and Monkey needs to move front, so they can utilize the strategy. And the problem, like Monkey lives far away from Europe, and she has terrible ping. So whenever she has to move front, it's not easy to do that because there's server issues and ping issues, and basically the rapid fire movement doesn't work.
Yeah, you try to rapid fire your arm to reposition your army, and you're just moving the same unit over and over again.
Exactly right. There's a lot of voides from both processes here. Shadow Sun is going T3, so probably there's gonna be carriers now.
Temillion's doing a good job of making sure his disruptor shots like hit. I think every wave, maybe like only one doesn't get any kills, but most of the disruptors are getting 4 kills, 2 kills. They're getting some value, which is very nice.
Well, both of them, like the Million and Yue, both of them are high level ladder players, so their micro comes. They have more practice with micro, and like they know how disruptors behave, so it's a bit
It's
easier.
nice being a GM.
And Void Racing high enough numbers gonna kill the unupgraded Archons as well. Basically, like one thing about Void Race, you can build Void Race, you force out more Archons, you force more Archons, then you build carriers. And carriers counter Archons. The DDs are just going to town like the whole game, they still have zero detection. No overseers. Do we have an observer here? No observer from any of the Protosses. So they get the DDs are getting the value out of this game.
And like
It's,
if they get Archons, then your disruptors just have more things to hit.
mhm.
Disruptors do fantastic against Archon with that plus 55 damage to shields.
Yeah, it could be some panicking going on, some stress. You don't notice these small details. That's why DDs are so good. If they are not unnoticed, they just slice all the key units. They slice High Templars, Hydralisks, Sentries, and you don't even notice that half your army, like important small ground units, are dead.
Okay, now we're gonna get to see Viper and Carrier. So this is
Yeah, but
pretty
look at the.
much.
Oh, Shadow Sonic. That did no, that was the million. You are complimenting the millions the shutter shots and he missed all of them.
Caster Curse. Okay, so this is their one shot to come back for shield mode, right? Like you want to get
They're gonna have
some
another
carriers.
one because you doesn't have enough disruptors.
Yeah,
They will have another shot, especially the double gas. See.
but like shield mode has to stack some carriers with Vipers, and that's not happening so far. The carriers are going down.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not looking very good for show mode. Los Banditos with a huge advantage, and if they win this game, they're gonna be put in a 2-1 lead against one of the top teams from last tournament. They're gonna be one game away from eliminating second place. They got right.
In the last tournament? No.
Yeah, show mode.
No, no, no. They were quarterfinalists.
Show mode.
In the fourth
Oh, you're right.
tournament, we
They got
played.
top 4. You're right.
Last one tournament, we played finals. And the last big tournament, it was Ned with Eskimo Joe and Agreed.
Yeah, and show mode played against Grumpy Kittens in the top 4, right?
Now, Grumpy Guinness played
No.
for finals.
No, no, I'm
The
asking you. Who did Shilmo played in the top four?
I don't remember anymore who was for the third place match. Um, somebody in the chat can probably give the answer. It's midnight for me, you know. My brain's working half capacity.
Just get some coffee. You'll be fine.
I already have coffee.
Oh,
I had coffee. Okay, let me correct myself. Before the first game. Okay, there's the scepter shots, and the Nexus get extra damage done. Let's see if the Mortals connect, and okay, this is GG. Why the scary
yeah.
Mortals gonna connect? GG.
Okay, so Los Banditos coming in for the first tournament
They're
and
com
already 2-1 over one of the top four teams from the last tournament.
they're coming
So
in
this is a
strong.
very good showing. Yeah, this is an insanely good showing for them. They only need one more game, and they're gonna eliminate a very strong team. Showmode has been performing well for the past couple of tournaments now. They've always been getting top four at least.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that's game 3. So we have 1-2, 2-1 in favor of Los Banditos. Well done, well done. Okay. We are gonna have to wait a couple minutes until we get the teams ready.
Yeah, I can already imagine Ash sweating. He always sweats when he's in these positions. What do you think, Jurzal?
Sorry, what was the question?
I was saying that I can already imagine Ash sweating. He sweats a lot when he's in these
Yeah,
positions. He
yeah,
gets
yeah.
stressed.
I know, yeah, exactly.
But Los Banditos, man, they lost the first game, but they didn't let that stop them. They like re-strategized or something changed because now they're up 2-1, and now it's chill mode on the bottom foot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's best of 5. It's match point. It's match point for Los Banditos.
Okay, we have some comments in the chat saying that chill mode got third again. The chill mode has had a very good showing all of these past tournaments. They've always gotten like top four at least.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So they're strong teams, strong players, right?
Okay. And for a new team to take them out, that's a very big opposite.
I mean, like to be honest, like it all comes down as well to the preparation and practice. And Europe and the Milan have been playing a lot of games. Like they've been playing a lot of PC games, and they know what's going on, what's up. So this is not. They are. I think to be fair, they are more prepared than Chilmon for this specific tournament. And
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of
the
talking
practice
to.
shows up, right? The practice shows who is more prepared, who's not.
Yeah, I've had the honor of playing with UWeb for a couple games. We've talked and played for a while. Yeah, he's a very strong player, definitely.
Hmm. But yeah, well, as you said, they're top four, so let's see. They have definitely a shot to come back, and they can win 2 games. Just needs to focus, needs to get detection in time, and yeah, need to focus, need to stack, need to play clean, and they can definitely get 2 games here.
But like when you also look at the games, the quality of the games. So the first game, the one that Show Mode won, was on the back of winning by minerals, right? Like they went to 40 minutes and they won by having more minerals. And the 2 games that Los Banditos won, they've killed the Nexus straight up. So it's definitely not looking super great for Show Mode. I hope they show up. I'm really hoping to see them show up and do something fun for this one.
Hmm.
Maybe we can get a game 5.
So we have a new screenshot. So we have triple Protoss versus double Protoss Zerg.
Oh no, random curse. Getting triple toss again. But it worked out for them well last game, so let's see, maybe they can. Actually, but Los Banditos, they do have the Zerg, but it's now middle position. Oh, right, and Show Mode had the Zerg, and now they have triple toss. Am I reading this right?
I think Los Banditos is team 1, right?
Oh, they're team 1?
I think so. I don't know.
I can't I
Let's see.
can't tell from the picture.
They know themselves, so they're gonna come in and unravel this mystery. So
Yes, I'm
probably
gonna wait on I'm
yeah.
gonna wait on confirmation from the teams to see what they pick, because I don't really know who's team 1 and who's team 2.
Hmm. I assume Chillmon's taking a bit of a small break, like communicating what they should do. So who is playing Zerg? Darkride's gonna play Protoss, or she's gonna play Zerg? Or I think they need to reposition
Oh wait,
themselves.
so that's very interesting. So they switched up their team player, right? Like Joking Phantom was playing, and now they switched up for Dark White. Seems like Joking not interested in
Oh,
playing the Zerg at all.
Zerg is in the middle. Yeah. Okay. All good. Okay. Let's wait. Ready from Los Banditos.
Okay, so now yeah, it's gonna be triple toss again from Los Banditos against Shield Mode's 1 Zerg 2 toss.
Hmm.
But the difference is that the Zerg is not at the third position. Now it's at the second position. So now it's in the middle. Let's see if that makes a difference. Can Ash Stalkers beat Shadow this time? Shadow is on the WC. I have no clue what that means.
Toilet. Bathroom.
W WC is bathroom.
Yes, it's short, like WC, like with big letters. Ah, you're
What
too
does it
American.
stand
You're too
for?
American to understand it.
Is that something Europeans say? WC?
Yeah, it's water closet.
Water closet?
Yes, VC is just short for the bathroom. Like,
No, I've never heard that term before. This is my first time hearing that.
yeah, you're
Water
just too
closet.
American to understand this culturally enriching terminology of the rest of the world.
Water closet.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to remember that one.
Uh, yeah, sure. All right, match point. Game number 4. So between Los Banditos, Shadow Sonic, the Million, Uweb versus Chill Mode, Ash, Dark White, Monkey Girly. Ash has changed his name because he was Ashken before. Alright, okay, I need to type in the chat.
I love Ash's profile picture, which is just a dude smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, it's an SCV, SCV profile picture.
Matches perfectly with his name.
So Titu, unsurprisingly, on the Zerg. So we're not gonna see queens, maybe. T2 on Uweb. He's going. Okay. So he's going against. He's going T2 against first Protoss. So first
Okay,
Protoss could be Stalker, so he's going T2. So basically just Immortal Adept.
yeah, this is already a big change. Shadow Sonic not going for stalkers at the first wave.
Probably sleeping or what's in the VC.
Yeah, because he does get them now. So it's very interesting that he just decided to skip them the first round.
Mm-hmm. I guess it could be a bit of a mind game as well, right? So Ash has to wonder now: is it T2? Is it Stalkers? Right? Keeps them guessing a bit.
Yeah.
So Philip, you have completed his. Oh, shit. My brain's not
But the
working.
mind game not working this time because Ash did not made zealots. He keeps adding stalkers, which is good against stalkers. You want to have
But
more
you can
stalkers in
still
the
add a
opponent.
couple of zealots because you're catching monkey guard, right? So you can add a couple of zealots anyway. Doesn't matter if it's stalkers or T2. If you're catching, you can adjust a bit more. If you're trying to stack, it's a bit different story, right? Okay, there's a pre-blink from Shadow Sonic, as
That's a
expected.
good point. Shadow Sonic's blinks have been on the money so far.
Ash
At least
blinks
like
doesn't happen because he doesn't have a blink. He's just
he
gonna
got +1
brute
instead.
force this one.
Yeah, he got +1 instead, +1 attack, which actually did very well. He killed all the stalkers.
Okay, Darkrai has Hydras without any links. There's a blink forward.
Oh, okay, but now here comes the disgusting part where Uweb has 2 immortals and Monkey Girly has no zealots at all. So those immortals are really well against those stalkers.
Mm.
They just keep going down. And now the immortals are hitting even more stalkers, so that's really great.
You
Uweb getting a
know,
ton of value of the immos.
the kind of thing what I think actually it's kind of hard to stack. It's easier to stack versus T1 versus rather than T2.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to stack against Disruptor Immortal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you want to build stalkers, but then, like, do you really want to build stalkers against anti-armor
Okay, there's 3
immortals?
stalkers from Ash saved. And some links, so links are gonna do some tanking and let's see if Hydras can DPS it down. Come on, almost.
Okay,
Okay,
some stalkers survive.
3 stalkers survive. Okay, there's some zealots. UAB is waiting on the blinks. He's waiting a bit too long, I think. Yeah, he's gonna get punished for this. And Monkey Girl is sleeping with the blink. And Shadow's
Yeah,
gonna
that
get
is the
pre-blink, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
yeah that is the problem with tier 2. It is a little bit of a risk. You do have to use those disruptor shots and kill the zealots so that your immortals can hit the stalkers.
Mhm.
Okay, Tamilian blinking forward and Shadow blinking back, so they are going to manage to stack very nicely. Okay, side blink. Now some auto blinks, which is great, but this is a lot of Hydralisk, and those are +2 Hydralisk
Okay, this is very good.
against stalkers with no armor. So those Hydras really do a ton of damage.
Okay, Zealots could get +1 here. Oh, the bit late on the blink. Could save a Stalker or two. Yeah, Monkey's getting punished by the disruptors. Let's see if she managed to clear all the wave.
Yeah, but those Zealots tanked those Immortals for days, and the Immortals not having a chance to hit those Stalkers, so they're kind of useless.
And Shadow managed to get a pre-blink, but loses 2 Stalkers so far. Let's see how many more Stalkers he loses. Okay, there's a Blink 4 from Timilian, there's Zealots charging in. Oh, that's a lot of Stalkers saved, so Darkwood's gonna have a very hard time clearing this.
Okay, those Stalkers, some of those Stalkers, okay, Tamilian has +1 armor. But Shadow still has no armor, so those Hydras are hitting like a truck. But it doesn't even matter, because too many Stalkers survived. It's gonna come down to those disruptor shots. Can they get the Zealots? Because now Monkey Girly, she has her own Immortal.
Yeah, but think about Immortal, like, I would rather see Disruptor first before Immortals, just because of the Zealots, right? Zealots is still in equation. Immortal hasn't seen an armored unit, right? It was hitting Zealots and then hits a Stalker, maybe a Leak and then hits a Sentry. But it
Yeah, it was
doesn't.
basically attacking the Sentry. You were 100% correct.
But Disruptor has more utility. Well, there's a higher risk, of course. There's more risk, but it has more utility, in my opinion. Okay, there's one Lurker. There's 2 Immortals leaking in the Hydra, so that's like a lot.
This scan was a bit early, but it's gonna pay out. This is a huge amount of Stalkers. It's gonna do a ton of damage to Monkey Girly's wave, and she was already having a tough time against Yuit's wave, even with Leak.
Okay, Disruptor takes each other out, and that's canon. That's definitely canon.
Yeah, there's too many Stalkers. There's 3 Immortals still alive. Those Disruptors, are they gonna get a chance to recharge? They don't.
Yep, and Canon took away the detection, and like again, we see DTs slicing and dicing.
He's just tagging all the Stalkers.
Yes, I touched this one, I touched this one. He's like a dog in a park, you know? This is my territory now, this is my territory now.
Yeah, he's just peeing on every tree.
So, okay, we have 2 lurkers now.
Good
The-
disruptor shots, killing tons of Hydras.
2 disruptors from the million doing job. I just repeated what you said, sorry. You see the 3 gases, okay, that's new information. You see 3 gases from the Los Banditos. And 2 Void Rays from UWeb, that's quite early. Okay, I like Void Rays because you're against Protoss, right? You're not against Protoss Zerg. So Void Rays are gonna do a ton of damage.
Yeah, the best thing is that they don't really have a problem against Immortal Disruptors.
Okay, they
So
scan the
Void
DT.
Rays are very fantastic unit.
They scan the DT.
And Los Banditos, man, it looks like they might be able to eliminate Shield Mode on the first round in the first tournament debut.
Exactly, right?
It's looking very good for them. They have 1 gas up. They're doing a very good job. The scan clears all the lurkers. Well, all the lurkers? Yep, clears all the lurkers.
They have to finish the game though. And it's not over until the next and the DT is going up again.
Yeah, but Monkey Girlie's having a tough time against UWeb. UWeb's tier 2 opening is really doing a lot of damage to
Yeah, because it
Monkey.
was stacked opening, right? So it was after a Stalker follow-up. So you have more flexibility there as a T2 opener.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely taking some notes.
Okay, good. I will count on that later. Because we have to play against Nick's team. Nick Readout
Someday.
and Nick Readout and
Ooh, that disruptor shot killed 5 Hydras.
Shadow Sonic brought his observer here. Okay, he's bringing it back. Yeah, but there's just league after league after league, so it's gonna be very hard time now. What kind of strategy they're coming up with? They're building lurkers. So we see 4 lurkers already.
Yeah, because we're past the phase of Stalker stacking, right? So we're going to the next phase into show mode where let's see what they're trying to stack, right? And you said it, lurkers. But do you think the lurker stack is gonna be enough to push this and take
Well,
back middle?
what they could do. I think they have to risk with Broodlords. Like save up some money and at the Nexus get like 2 or 3 Broodlords at the back. Maybe. Like, but it's kinda hard. They're getting all the correct units, right? They're getting all the anti-air that they need.
Okay, but Tamilian used all of its disruptor shots on the Nexus and not on Monkey Girlie's army.
Another thing that I could do is Mass Disruptor. Mass Disruptor Archon. So basically deal with Archons, you deal with Void Rays, and Disruptors deal with the ground. It involves risk, you have to hit everything. You can't miss. And you have to avoid, you have to position in a format that they are not getting killed by the leak. Right? So you have to build some at the front to kill the leak and some at the back to save for the next turn. Okay, the Ash and Dark White is both going T3, so I suspect some carrier action.
Yeah, those Hydras are just really clumped up. And those disruptor shots are definitely capitalizing on that.
And they have all the detection, so the lurker's not gonna survive, right? There's the detection catching it up. Protoss could benefit from shield upgrades versus those Void Rays. Like Archons with shields and sentry, you can never die. But without shields upgrades, without sentries, Archons are kinda squishy against Stalker and
Man,
Void Ray.
this is the good thing about being a Protoss when you're winning. Like, your opponent's army is always gonna clump up. So you have all the time in the world to like perfectly time your disruptor shots. You know where you're gonna hit. You're like, yeah, I want to hit right here, and you can scan ahead. Like it's just such a beautiful time as a toss when you're winning, and you get to disruptor shots so many things.
Same with Zerg, right? Half of your wave isn't dead. You can actually do some things.
Well, with Zerg you have the Ravagers. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Like, not I don't know, man. Nothing beats the feeling of disruptors is hitting clumped enemy units
I know.
when you're ahead. It's just
Okay,
a
there's a
beautiful
mass
feel.
carrier. Okay, there's a switch in a carrier. Let's see if the Nexus can survive the Immortals though. If all the ground dies.
Okay, these are 4 carriers, but these are +1 carriers. They're not +3, so they're not like very, very scary just yet.
Well, it's kind of okay because your idea is to sort of, oh, there's no Yoink, there's no Yoink. Okay, there is Yoink. It's a bit late. There's some utilities, so okay, the carrier is gonna survive. So the key thing is to survive the carriers. Now they have +2, and you have 4 carriers. Okay, there's
Oh, but look at this. Look at Tamilian. He has so many Void Rays already ready with +2 attack. And Void Rays clean carriers very quickly.
yeah, the shoulder shots are very good actually. We clear the
And
highness at the bottom.
yeah, Monkey Girl, try to catch up with Phoenixes. One carrier barely survives with 3 HP.
Yeah, probably something's gonna sneeze on it, and some
But a
AOE
3
from Archon.
HP.
AOE from Archon, you know.
But a 3 HP carrier is still a carrier that's alive and doing tons of damage. Now it's +3.
It's out in
And oh
30.
my,
The shields are regenerating.
it's
Okay,
making such a huge difference, man. The one carrier that almost went down, but
okay.
it looks like it
Shadow
expired.
Sonic didn't sell the Immortals, so that's gonna cost him this wave. If your opponent sells into carry, you have to respect that. You have to adjust your own units. You have to sell some units that are not valid anymore.
Yeah, Dark White janks the carriers again, but now this time it's at middle. It's not at their nexus. So it looks like they might be able to turn this game around. Are we gonna get a game 5, Jurzal?
That's a lot of income advantage, and there's a lot of stacking opportunities for the top team still. So I think chill mode is using another life here with the cell. Let's see if they can capitalize that, because they have to do enough damage so that Ashgan's, because Ashgan's wave is currently like 30% smaller, right? Just because he had to sell. So basically Darkweight and Joking has to do enough damage to Shadow Sonic every wave that Ashgan's minus 30% army can still do enough damage and kill the waves. That's the thing about this one. So there's a lot of on a plate for Darkweight and Joking to make sure they do enough damage for the following waves.
Joking?
Monkey Girly, sorry.
Yep,
Yes.
I got you. So
Okay, thanks.
Dark White, Dark White really has to do a lot of damage here. She definitely has to clear her wave every time. It's on her to keep the dream alive. And so far she's doing it. And Monkey now has observers catching those DTs. Ooh man, the pressure now is on those banditos. I think they must have felt very comfortable knowing like they were winning for like 10 minutes. And now, well, I don't know anymore. This game is still up in the air.
It's up in there, but it's not over, right?
No, no. Not decided either way.
Especially if Shadow Sonic moves back, he should move back now. And then Tamilian comes with some phoenixes and saves them. But they still can stack. They still can stack. And if Ashgan gets a leak, Ashgan's dead. Like he has no army, right? If Tamilian manages to stack. They're gonna roll over the Zerg, roll over the monkey, and then Ash is like, oh, I have like, you didn't do enough damage for my wave. And then Shadow Sonic can clear onto his own.
But so far, Shadow Sonic is keeping his immortals. He hasn't sold a single one. He has 5 still.
So Monkey Girl gets shields upgrades, which is very good. So the Voiders are not gonna kill them. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? So there's not enough damage. Let's see if Ashkin can actually clear this.
Because what are the immortals doing here? They're hitting. Okay, and the stalkers blink forward, but then they're just getting wiped extremely quickly to the immortals on the ground from Ash.
Okay.
Can Dark White make it in time? Jenks one carrier, yanks the second one, but the other two go down.
Shadow Sonic's 2 carriers are alive.
Okay, actually, Dark White's army is melting away to those beams. The Void Ray is doing an insane amount of damage to everything. And it looks like Los Banditos takes back middle again. And if they clean this wave, I don't see a chance of Shield Mode winning this game.
Yeah, but there's gonna be enough carriers now to clear everything out. Scouting observer. So it's 3 carrier now versus +3, +3 versus shields and armor, so difference. It's nice youngs, but 3 carriers died, I think, on the way back on the transport.
Yeah, they definitely got intercepted mid-yank. And now that a lot of Dark White's army went down during that engagement, so she doesn't have a lot left. Those parasitic bombs are doing a ton of damage. Definitely worth their weight in gold.
Yes, I think somebody for okay, there's a High Templar, but probably could benefit from some more front. Maybe could prevent with speedback some parasitics. But yeah, nah, the window for chill mod is closing in. That's the thing. Like Ash can't afford to have any leaks since he has half an army. He actually Ashkan could benefit from mothership here. If he can get a mothership, he can save a couple carriers. He can slow down the stalkers, and he can save more carriers for Darkwood to pull. That could be his winning strat here. But it's kind of risky, right? If you're losing, you don't really want to spend 900 minerals on a unit, right?
Yeah, you have to not build for a whole wave. So it is kind of, it's definitely tough to save for a mothership.
It's an executive decision.
A lot of Archons now coming out of Europe. And but those are Archons with Sentry, so the Void Rays are doing next to no damage. Literally next to no damage. Because he has +3 shield and a Sentry. So yeah, that's a lot of shield.
That's a lot of armor, right?
Yes, yes. The Immortals casually walking under the carriers.
Thankfully, I'm not seeing any Tempest. You know, it's tempting, oh, let the carriers get to build Tempest, and then you die.
Tempest DPS is just so bad.
Yes.
Like, not only does it shoot very slow, it's also very expensive. So, like, most of the time, when a Tempest attacks, it's an overkill, or it misses anyway.
Oh, there's a bit of a stack. We have 1 carrier and 2 Vipers, but that's not gonna be enough.
So yanks 2 Void Rays. The Void Ray from Europe that was yanked is still alive. So you know that's never a good sign when you yank something and it stays alive.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. You have like a lot of Mutalisks and Hydralisks, and you yoink an Archon, and Archon kills like 5 Hydralisks. Like, oh.
Yeah, sad times.
Immortals are connected with the Nexus. Disruptors are flying in. So Nexus is down to half HP.
And the Corruptors are getting there, but even the Corruptors are going down to carriers, so you know that's never a good sign.
Oh, that's good parasitics. Oh, that parasitic got yoinked out.
There's so many parasitic bombs though still. Like all of the air units are still getting hit by the bombs.
But that's something, like if you have a spare APM to spare, you can manually pull the units, and you pull the units that are not parasitic or not involved in the parasitic. Okay, let's see if the Immortals connect with the Nexus.
Oh, there's still some Immortals underneath the carrier, so they're gonna distract the other Immortals.
Yep. Okay, Shadow Sonic is going for the Nexus, but he doesn't have his Storm. If he had Storm, he could kill half the Zerg wave.
Yeah, Shadow Sonic's trying to end this game already. He's not even trying to kill the army. He's just going directly for the throat.
Smells blood.
Wow,
Smells
Well, you
good.
can see 10 million. He's playing a little bit more passively. He's trying to disruptor shot the army.
Wait, this is
But
actually
this
a
is
nice
a
stack.
huge stack
L-
now.
Look,
Yeah, there's a
there's
lot of.
three lurkers, four vipers, two carriers, two upgrades. Oh, the Disruptor shots are good. And yeah, warrior carrier just carries the weight.
Yeah, he janked an Archon, and the Archon was still alive for the most part. So you described that perfectly. you jank an Archon, and the Archon's under everything, and he still keeps on killing everything.
Hmm.
It's very disgusting to see. And now we're approaching the 25-minute mark.
Wait, there's a storm.
Oh, and you know what, Jurzal?
Yeah,
It's 6 gases to 2 right now, plus middle income.
that's a lot of money. It's the crypto money. Oh wait, who is crypto? Which side?
I don't know about crypto anymore. It's definitely not a good time for crypto. I
Ah,
mean, it's a
guys,
great time to buy, just not to sell.
it's by Luna.
Not financial advice.
It's okay. So we have carrier surviving and not getting cleared. Okay, this is GG this way. Because Ash is back, right? And everything's gonna connect with the Nexus. GG. Well
And
played.
that's it. Those Banditos with a major upset in their first match debut,
Yes.
first tournament debut, and killing one of the big names,
Yes,
eliminating
congratulations.
Shilmo. Congratulations.
Okay, let me pull those guys up. Hey guys, congratulations.
Hello,
Yeah,
guys.
You.
congratulations, guys.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you,
Yes.
guys.
What do you
Uh,
guys have to say to the stream?
what kind of stream?
Well, we are streaming, right?
What
So
kind
we
of
are having
stream?
a winner
Ah, yeah. Okay.
interview.
Okay. Um.
Imagine you're Settle and, share your wisdom.
Oh, yeah. Just play the roaches, and everything else comes with the flow.
Mhm. How well do you
Burrowed
guys
Roaches
think
does
you
that.
were prepared? How well you guys think you were prepared?
Philip, should we tell them that we train with the Shaolins in the mountains?
Yes. They told us crazy stuff. We now can playing on one foot and holding our hands above the heads.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
Yeah, so it was your first tournament debut, and you guys already killed one of the big names, Shomo. They've gotten top 4 for I think every last tournament I've been in. So definitely congrats to you guys.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Nova.
Thanks. Oh, it was so much fun. Honestly.
You guys got
I
double Protoss twice, triple Protoss twice. Um, how do you guys feel about that?
Shadow was laughing so much.
Yes.
uh, I think this matchup is kinda weird to play, honestly, because we don't have the potential to pull back carriers and stuff with Vipers. So if we lose momentum and get pushed back a lot, we kinda are fucked. So it
I
feels like
think
we
in
need to.
the Triple Brothers, it really depends on how fast you can go for carriers and how safe you can go there. And it's really like as Philip said, and your only comeback there is then just to have a lucky stack with like 4 carriers surviving from the previous wave. So it's really a gamble, the Triple Brothers, but it's really strong if the enemy doesn't react properly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just have one more questions for you guys. That final game, you guys were winning basically the whole game, and then at like I think it was 15-minute mark or something like that. Uh, Shomo turned it around with a bunch of carriers. How are you guys feeling at that moment?
Well, I did a mistake. I misclick and have a T3 armor instead of going for carriers. I was ready for my carriers, and I wasted all my money on armor because it was on auto. So we needed some time more to get around carriers and stuff.
Like I think in the back of our heads, we all three know that there had to be like a switch in kind of the carrier direction because it's probably the only chance to come back for them.
No, no,
So
no.
I was
We
preparing for that with the Void Race and also going for T3.
we already saw like 1 to 2 waves Vipers from, I think it was Dark Voids. So
And the
we
Mulas, so
already
we
knew what was happening. So if you see Vipers, it's a big indicator that the carrier switch is coming. And then
Yes,
who
maybe
was
they
it?
were early. Maybe if they were waiting for one more wave for them.
Mhm. Or they can do it at the same time, right? Not separate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Vipers were a huge tell, and we were also kind of preparing for it, like trying to get air units up so we don't die like in game 1.
Mhm. Like Shadow Sonic even going air, like I'm surprised. There's a joke, Shadow, that you go to air way too late.
That's a joke.
Just 20 minutes still on Immortals, like.
Yeah, we were like every 2 seconds, like Shadow, did you get your air? Shadow, did you get your air?
Mhm. Yeah, but it worked out, right? You guys had 3-1, pretty convincing last 2 games. You managed to break Joe Mode's defense.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for the games, and see you guys in the next game. You guys are
Yes.
Yeah,
playing.
again, congratulations again,
Yeah.
and best of luck in the tourney.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
you
you
too,
very much.
guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye for now.